war and some genocide too is happening. People behind the scene, people don't know. So now we are not talking about banditry, we are talking about ethnic war.
So it's an ethnic war, right?
Yeah, it's going on, yes.
So between which ethnic group?
Between...
Hello, what's up guys? In this video, we are going back to a shocking throwback interview that's now raising serious questions about what's really happening in Nigeria's northwest. This clip was recorded about 4 years ago, but watching it now feels almost prophetic. Back then, this top-notching cleric openly defended the same Fulani Herdsmen-Turned-Bandits who are today unleashing deadly terror on innocent Nigerians, soldiers, villagers, and entire communities. He sat down with Channels Television in a calm interview, but what he said that night shook a lot of people. When asked about the wave of school kidnappings and killings across the north, the cleric claimed that these militants are not criminals by nature. He described them as victims pushed into crime by circumstances. He said the herdsmen had lost everything, their cattle, their land, their peace, and that Nigeria had forced them into this lifestyle. But what really sent chills down everyone's spine was when he boldly declared that Nigeria was no longer just dealing with banditry, but with an ethnic war. Yes, his exact words, it is no longer banditry, this is an ethnic war. He said the Fulani nomads now see themselves as fighting to survive, not just against the government, but against other tribes, other ethnic groups, anyone they feel has wronged them. He claimed the Fulani feel persecuted, profiled, and killed unjustly, that they are fighting for their existence. At one point, he even said that when Fulani fighters go to war, they invite others from outside Nigeria, other Fulani from neighboring countries, to come and defend their kinsmen. That, according to him, is why the borders are easily crossed by armed men. Let that sink in for a moment. Foreign fighters crossing into Nigeria in the name of ethnic solidarity. Even more shocking, he insisted that the solution wasn't military action. He dismissed the use of force, saying what these militants need is dialogue and education. He wanted psychologists and criminologists to go into the bush, talk to them, and understand their pain. But he didn't stop there. He described the killings and village attacks as act of revenge, not pure criminality. According to him, whenever a Fulani man is killed or his cattle stolen, others mobilize to attack the offending village, not to steal, but to instill fear and avenge their loss. And in a statement that caused outrage at the time, he said, how many people have they really killed? They just want money. He argued that most of the time, the killings are accidental and that people don't understand the pain of the Fulani herdsmen. He also alleged that the Nigerian military once killed hundreds of Fulani civilians, including women and children, during anti-rustling operations. He said that is when the herdsmen turn against the government and pick up arms. Now, looking back at this interview 4 years later, it's eerie because the same people he was defending have become even deadlier, attacking military bases, ambushing security forces, and destroying entire villages. This old video might just hold clues to how Nigeria's current nightmare began and how deeply rooted this ethnic tension really is. Guys, I will let you watch the video for yourself so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look, guys, and remember to share your thoughts after watching.
Our attention is on the security situation in the country, especially the issue of banditry in the northwest region of the country. And tonight, one person that has been very much involved in advocacy and negotiation, if you may call it, has been a popular Islamic cleric, Sheikh Ahmed Gumi. He's our guest tonight on the program. Thank you so much, Sheikh Gumi, for talking to us on Channels Television.
It's a pleasure for me to be with you.
Thank you indeed. Let's begin the conversation today about the Kagara boys and the students and those of their families that were abducted in the government science school in Kagara. What can you tell us about their location or their whereabouts? Do you have any idea as of now?
I cannot say even the people we met in the bush trying to see if we can, which is a common knowledge that we have been going to see the militant herdsmen They don't even know who did it and who actually is responsible for it, despite the fact that they have a lot of control over the militants and bandits as of 2 days ago. So as of now, I cannot say exactly if the authorities know where they are.
So it's a bit different from the Kankara situation. You seem to be apprised of those who did the abduction in the Kankara situation, but this one, you have no idea of those who are involved.
No, we don't have any idea of those who are involved, because actually we don't even know these people at all. But you see, whoever wants to meet them, depending on the channel of communication. And I think the media should be trying to get across to go and see them and speak with them as we do as clergy. Then you will get to understand a lot of things which actually are not in the print. We don't know who they are, and the people we met there are the warlords there. And they say it happened just 2 days ago, and the area is so wide, they don't know which group or which splinter group did the kidnapping, but at all costs they are going to get contact with them, and since we are in a peace negotiation with them, definitely they will lower them into releasing them without any ransom.
It took about 6 days for the Kankara abductees to be
released. Yes.
We're running into almost a week now. It's about Monday or Tuesday last week that the situation in Kankara happened. From what you know...
No, it happened on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Yes, so
yeah, in another 2 days it will be a week.
A week, yes.
Okay, so it's about 5 days now.
It's 5 days, yes.
That they've been abducted. If you make a comparison from the knowledge of these abductors that you have, is the Kankara situation more complex?
No, it's less complex, because it happened in the process of trying to see these warlords and negotiate with them to leave. Not negotiate with them, admonish them to leave this kind of way. If you have any grievances, this is not the way you address it. And we have to teach them this, and sometimes when you go there and speak with them, you see that, yes, you really have to give them an excuse, although there is no excuse for any crime. Nothing can justify crime. Crime is a crime, and they are committing crime. But why? I think it's a population that is pushed by circumstances into criminality. And this is what we should look. Let's remove the pressure. Let's remove the things that made them into criminals. Because we have lived thousands of years without any problem with the nomadic herdsmen. Peaceful people. You get your gas get stuck in the road, they come and assist you. So what happened? Something happened that led them to this. So I think listening to them is very important.
What did you discover when you listened to them?
When I listened to them, I found that actually it's a simple case of criminality which turned into banditry, which turned into ethnic war. And some genocide too is happening. People behind the scene, people don't know. So now we are not talking about banditry, we are talking about ethnic war.
So it's an ethnic war right
yes,
now?
It's going on, yes.
So between which ethnic group?
Between now the nomadic Fulani, the herdsmen, and the others. If they are, the others means anybody who's not them. So you can imagine a Fulani man would tell me in Zamfara state that he cannot go into areas, like he cannot go into the town of Shinkafi. When the emir of Shinkafi is a Fulani man. They cannot, so it's a war between nomadic Fulanis and the others. The others include Fulanis too that are sedentary. If you go there westward on the Kadarawa of Kebbi State, there's war between them. If you go south with the Igbos and the Yorubas, and between themselves too. It's a complex issue that Nigerians need to pipe down, put cold brain and understand the issue. But I see the solution is very simple, but it's not military hardware. Anything but not military hardware.
What's the solution?
The solution is dialogue and teaching, because these people, they are acting with instincts, natural instincts, not with special knowledge. And they don't have any ambition or anything. When they don't have, what is the future? What do they look at? What do they want to achieve? They don't have that vision. They are talking about existence. Their livelihood is destroyed. Because the cattle rustling that was going on for a long time, they are the first victim of it. When their cattle finished, then people started rustling cattle in towns. So these cattle rustlers that came suddenly into the scene, this is the source where we should investigate, and we need psychologists, criminologists to investigate how suddenly cattle rustling become a booming business in Nigeria, especially in northern Nigeria, and how it affected the socio-cultural behavior of the nomadic Fulani. It's very important. They are pushed into criminality, and I think the same way, if you understand, can bring them out from it very easily and quickly.
Okay, I'd like you to clarify something.
Yes.
These elements, these bandits that you've seen, that you know, that you've spoken to,
yes.
They are Fulanis, is it?
Yes.
They speak Fulfulde.
They speak Fulfulde.
So,
and they speak Hausa.
Okay, so you call them the House of Fulani?
This is what we call the House of Fulani because of the, what do we call it, interlacing of the culture, language between the Fulani and the Hausas.
But they are originally Fulani?
They are, yes, they are physique and everything, they are Fulanis.
Of Nigerian extraction?
Oh, you know, they are Nigerians, no doubt about that.
They are Nigerians?
Yes, in fact, some of them have parents in the town.
So why, for those who say some of these criminal elements are non-Nigerians who move through the ECOWAS territory region,
yes,
into Nigeria, is that true?
What happened is, you see, as I've said now, we are having an ethnic war. The Fulani nomadic feels his existence is threatened. So what they do is, when they have a war, they call other Fulanis from other countries, irrespective of where they are. Fulani is Fulani. They go to defend their kinsmen. Then disperse, each one goes back to his roga. So that's why they what do you call it? They transit the borders just for an operation and go back. But if there is calm and there's peace, you will not see this kind of incursion of foreign elements into the nation. And that's why it's very important. The government is very proactive in this issue. Let's go in, let's educate them, let's register them, let us do what we do to others, so that we don't have any Nigerian that can be susceptible to be used. If this money they are making is to take the land, they'll be buying islands, they'll be buying mansions, they'll be buying cars, and this is, no, they're still in the hut. They're just trying to survive. It's just a misconception from both sides. People don't know. You need to go in. And I hope you follow me one time when I'm going in, to go with you and talk to them and interview them and see. And you see, for every victim you're talking about, victim of kidnapping, you have almost 10 times victims among themselves. They will show us, none of us here is not without a victim of violence, maybe killed by the military or killed or lynched in town. Do you know that their situation, to the extent that any man with this physique, Fulani physique, and a slim, light complexion, or even the dark ones, on a motorbike is automatically arrested and incarcerated? The first time I ventured out into Jere area, two Fulani men, we were dropped out of a bus by the police and arrested. So their leader, Arto, they call them Arto, came to me and said, Lucy, when you came here, we called some of our herdsmen to come across, and they were arrested by police. I have to send people to go and bring them out. He said, without your intervention, they would have had to sell their cows to get bail out from police. What's their offense? Profiling. It's just that he's a Fulani herdsman. This is the situation they are facing. So they are really fighting, to them, they are fighting war to exist.
Some of your critics say that you are deodorizing evil by doing that.
You see, what they see, the Fulani herdsman now, he's seeing evil all surrounded by him. You can imagine when he sees his children, women, everything killed, his animals slaughtered. You see what happened in Oyo, his hut burnt down. Who's burning down his hut? Is somebody coming from a building, somebody coming from a car. He doesn't own a car, he doesn't own a building, he doesn't enjoy anything of the Nigerian cake, national cake. And then you're coming again to the little thing he has to kill his animals, you see? So he's seeing the evil from the other side. So each side is seeing the other side evil. How do we do? It's the clergy now. They have to come in the middle. Muslims and Christians say, look, stop this hostility. Let's listen to these people. What do they want? It's very important. Demonizing anybody is not appropriate, and evil is there in everybody.
But is it justice for those who are being victims of their kidnapping some of the people have been killed also.
Yes.
Would you say there's justice if you are now
Okay,
asking for
okay.
amnesty for those who have killed other people's children?
No, you see,
people's
in
parents?
an amnesty, it comes with a package. An amnesty comes with a
What
package.
kind of package are you
Package means
looking at?
all victims should be looked at and the government should compensate, because actually it's the responsibility of the government to protect people, their lives and their livelihood, and we are not able to do. So since it's a negligence from government, then government should come on both sides. I'm not talking about both sides, they are victims, and I'm telling you, for everyone kidnapped, there are 10 casualties on the other side.
Are you getting any kind of support in terms of funding?
No, we don't have support except the states that adopt this, like the Zamfara state, not funding that, but they facilitate our movement, they accommodate us when we come, and that's all. But there's no any funding, but it needs funding, not only state funding, because they're Nigerians. I tell you, since when God created earth, this is how they are living. Nothing of civilization. Besides that gun they hold.
So is it just
I saw two little girls, maybe I should put the clip when you're drinking from the stream, from where animals drink. And these are the kind of people shouting, what do you call it, bandits? No. People need to go and see their life.
I mean, I was asking you, who is funding your trip? Because a lot of people will be asking the question, who is sending Sheikh Gumi on this mission?
You know, the mission doesn't require much funds. You see, wherever you are, in just a stone thrown to place, you find Ruga of Fulanis. So it doesn't require much. We just buy some few little books, go to them. But you see, when I travel to a state, then the states give us logistics. You know, they accommodate us in a hotel and assist us with their police to escort us to a reasonable distance. Because there are some bandits, or I call them now militants, that don't allow police to near them. And there are some they don't care. You can go with the police and they're ready to talk.
Why do you choose to call them militant
I choose
and
to
not
call them
bandits?
Yes, because now they are fighting an ethnic war. They are kidnapping to get money. You see now, look at the example, the case, the latest case where they released a bus full of people. They were asking 500 million. Now they freed them with mere negotiation. They freed them free.
Nothing was paid.
Nothing was paid. Even one of the victim's father was calling me, thanking. You can ask the victims.
And you brokered this deal?
Yes, it's broken.
You brokered it?
In front of us, he said he's going to talk. He said he knows those who took the bus and he's going to talk with them. But for those who took the boys in the school, they are not sure of them. But he's still going to investigate who they are, and he's going to convince them to release them because there's a peace process going on now.
How soon do you think this can happen?
Anytime they can be released, anytime, any minute. Since there's a peace process, so they're ready to lay down their arms, stop kidnapping, stop all the things they're doing. And you see, even we call them killer headsmen. How many people do they kill? They only kill, sometimes some of them are on drugs. Some of them are on drugs. So that killing is not killing they want the money. So they're ready and they're comfortable. They can keep somebody as long as they are. Because they are in the bush, really in the bush. Getting there is very remote. They can keep somebody, so they don't have, when they kill it must be accidental. Maybe somebody they took who is sick. But tell me who they have killed. How many few?
They've killed people.
No, they don't kill. If they kill, in the bus, they will kill people there. They want money from the people. They want, what do you call it?
They've burned down houses. They've killed people.
This is another thing. That is the ethnic war. That's not banditry. Maybe if a nomadic man went to that village and he was killed or lynched, so they come in a group and ransack the village, not to steal, just to revenge. And this is their mode of defense, instilling fear. It's just like the honey. When you want to take its honey, the whole bunch of soldiers follow you. This is exactly, so that killing is not the stealing. You don't combine it with it's not because of, what do you call it, criminality. It's because of ethnic revenge. And they don't attack a village except that village did something to one of them. In fact, you will see that they will pass many villages and go to the one that they have problem and attack it. So this is the kind of killing, but I've told you it's a revenge.
You were being heard, you heard on a video online that surfaced, and you were making reference to the fact, telling the Fulani community that non-Muslim soldiers were responsible for the atrocities against them, but that the Fulanis retaliate by attacking both Muslims and non-Muslims. What do you mean by that?
Okay, this is a misrepresentation, and it's mischievous who does that. You have to listen to them completely. All of them that stood, they said, we are fighting because so is killed. 100 people are killed. 200 people are killed. Our fathers are killed. They didn't give you that portion. They gave you, and it's the military that is doing that.
You don't trust the military?
No, they are doing that. So I told them a case, which I can give you a clip. You should play it if you play this. A soldier came to me in 2014, 21st June, on a Friday. A soldier from the 1st Division. He said, I've just come to tell you something's happening. We are sent to fight rustlers, cattle rustlers. But he mentioned names, officers, that were killing communities of Fulanis. He himself, he said, has seen more than 300 civilians, men, children, and women killed.
By Nigerian military?
You'll be surprised. So this is why, look at it this way. It's very important.
Because this allegation, Sheikh, this allegation is very grave.
Wait.
I mean, you're saying that
that's why
extrajudicial killing by the military.
Extrajudicial killing, that was in 2014 in fighting cattle rustlers. The bandits told us when the military first came to fight the rustlers, because they are the first victims of them, they were happy. But when they came, they were killing everybody. Then they turned into now trying to protect themselves from the military incursions. Let me tell you, we have evidence. So now, I'm going to broker a peace with these people, and they know they are the victims of this military excesses. They are. And in the videos, they have told us they have seen more than 100 different people. It's so much successive that it can be untrue. So I just to reaffirm that we know what they know.
If you look at what is happening, basically, one is curious. Sheikh Gumi is able to trace these bandits to their hideouts and meet with them. Why is it difficult for the Nigerian intelligence community or the Nigerian military to be able to know where these bandits are?
They know.
They know?
They know where they are. They see them by aerial views. They have intelligence among them. I've met a herdsman. I have met a herdsman who is part of the internal security. They all know. But the problem, I think now the military has learned its lesson. The first approach they had, when they go in and start killing, they realize it's the wrong way. And they realize they are producing a monster. So they are now very careful, watching and studying and seeing how they come about it. The only element now I'm adding value to it is that, look, don't just wait out, just don't wait and watch. Go in and negotiate.
So, I mean, if you look at what is happening right now, you see a situation where some military or security consultants who have told me and said, look, what we see in these bandits or what we see these killer herders, there's some kind of Boko Haram. Do you think that these killer herders or these militants, as you call them, are some form of Boko Haram or some element masquerading as bandits who are really Boko Haram?
I can say categorically they are not Boko Haram, but we have to be very careful. Because if the pressure is too much, being Boko Haram more international, more connected, maybe richer, if the pressure is too much, I'm afraid they can be influenced by Boko Haram. And we have seen the signs that Boko Harams want to infiltrate them. But so far, they are not Boko Haram. They are ready to lay down their arms. And there's an incident that happened in Zamfara during the former regime. The Fulanis themselves caught some few elements of Boko Haram and presented them to the government. Boko Haram, they're trying to preach to them that, so they are not Boko Haram now. I'm telling you, they're citizens, they recognize the government, they recognize authority. Boko Haram doesn't recognize nobody except themselves as the sole sovereignty, you see. So we are happy now that Boko Haram is not in, and that we should step in quickly and give them the true Islam, which is Islam of peace, Islam of no compulsion in religion, Islam of compassion, Islam of mercy. We have to show them that. And this is exactly what I'm trying to achieve.
So, but I mean, that's those who criticize your style are saying that because you're not an authority and you're not able to prevail on government to make this happen, and that's why they think that your style and your plan is not viable. In this case, in Zamfara, in Katsina has fallen flat on his face. What capacity do you have to make government comply?
Yes, because now we have got Zamfara government on board. We have Sokoto government ready. We have Niger State 100% ready. So we are convincing both sides and we are getting results. The only remains the federal government.
What about Kaduna State?
No, in fact, Kaduna State, Rufai is a very intelligent person. If he sees the picture as it is, I'm telling you, he will change and accept it. So I don't lose hope with Kaduna State too. And Katsina too, we're planning to go to Katsina. Katsina, I've seen that too. They have seen relative peace when they had with the governor, where it returned. Well, do we ask why it returned? It's because there are conditions which are not met.